It's coffee time! This is my first time trying to make a video with this camera, so hopefully it all works out and hopefully it uploads fine. Also, we're starting in the bathroom, that's why there's such an awful echo, but I wanted you to realize the difference in light levels between the bathroom and the rest. These are like beautiful rooms, like just beautiful. I don't know why I deserve this room, but I'm okay with it. So this is how dark it is in the regular room. I have every light on right now, but this is my room. Got like this huge, beautiful 4-poster bed, like a couch, and a little coffee and wine station over here. And I know you can't really see me, and I get that that's kind of dumb, but it's beautiful. It's like all made out of wood. There are 2 beds over here. I didn't even know. This is where the ghosts sleep. Over in here, over in this little nook. Why am I here? Oh God, it's terrifying. I'm gonna stand next to this light. That doesn't help. I'm gonna stand next to this light. That helps a little. So yeah, it's very dark in here. I was going to make a video earlier, but Jesse and I were the equivalent of zombies. We were awful because neither of us were able to sleep. Normally I can sleep anywhere. Like, normally sleeping is not an issue for me whatsoever. But this time around, for whatever reason, I'm going to try to just like be near the light, but not in the echo chamber. Maybe I'm back up a little. Do one of these. Maybe I'm leaning against the wall. Hey, let me tell you about my flight. So we had one flight that went to Chicago, and then one flight that went from Chicago to Brussels, because apparently, we were asking them, apparently there's no real direct flights to Brussels, unless you're in very specific cities, and LA is not one of them. So I'm switching, oops, oh, I can't do that. I'm gonna switch arms and grab this, because it's delicious. So, oh, yeah, so both flights, like, I was able to kind of, like, lean on my arm like this and sleep for maybe 20 minutes. But that was the most. We were in the air for 13 hours total, and I didn't sleep for any of it, and then I got off the plane, and Jesse was like, I want to die. I haven't slept. And I was like, me neither. And then we chest bumped. We didn't chest bump, but I wish we had, looking back on it. So I just want to be like over here. I want to be in my regal bed, like telling you guys about my life, about my day. Ugh. Just doing one of these. Is this weird? This is gonna be such a dark video. I'm so sorry, but yeah. Oh, maybe I can move this. Can I move you? That's a little better. Maybe. Look at all this light I'm pulling toward myself. What was I saying? What were we talking about? Oh yeah, we got off the flights and we were exhausted. So then, we got picked up and they were like, we'll just take you directly to the hotel and you can just sleep. And we were like, that would be amazing. Normally I don't like to sleep the first day because it ruins any effort that I have to fix my clock, but I was like, I'm so tired, and Jesse was like, I'm so tired. So we got to the hotel, and they weren't able to let us in yet. The rooms weren't ready. And we were like, okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. It's fine. So, yeah, so we went out and got food, which was nice. It was lovely food. We got to go and see the studios. And we're here because Larian Studios brought us out here. They made Dragon Commander, and they're making Original Sin right now. So they brought us out so that we could have a first look at the game and see their studio and everything. And I thought that was awesome. So we got to go and see the studio. Normally, we were going to see the studio tomorrow, but because we couldn't get in the hotel, they were like, just bring them here. So this is like the most attractive. So then I was like, So then I was like, 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 I was keep losing my train of thought because I'm still tired. So, like, then we ate, we had a little bit of coffee, which I took a picture of because I love taking pictures of coffee when I'm in other countries. And then came back and got our rooms, and I was like, I'm going to stay up. I'm going to download Path of Exile onto my laptop. I'm going to play Path of Exile for a while. I'm going to charge up my phone because my phone's dead. It's going to be great. And then I realized that I did not bring power adapters. I didn't do it. And I do this every time. Every single time I come to a different country, I forget power adapters. I was like, okay, well, I'll have to buy some later. Fortunately, my laptop was fully charged. So I was like, okay, I can use my laptop to charge up my phone so that I can make a coffee time. But I have to wait for my phone to charge for a while. So I guess I'll just, that's fine. But if I use my computer too much, then it won't have as much juice to give the phone. It's like, what do I do? Maybe that's not how laptops work. I don't know. But, I wound up like sitting here, and next thing I knew, I was out. Like, woke up and it was pitch black outside. And now it's now. So it hasn't honestly been that long. It hasn't been that many hours. But it's been enough hours that it was bright and beautiful outside before. And now it's just pitch black. But I have to say, we're in Ghent right now, and Ghent is gorgeous. It reminds me a lot of Bruges. The stones are all like not cobblestone, but like brickwork, like brickwork streets that are just beautiful, and all of the buildings are old brick buildings. The smaller areas that we went in France reminds me of that, and it reminds me a lot of Bruges. So I'm just so excited to be here, and it was so weird. There was a girl that I met on the plane. Oh, I totally forgot about this. So I was on the plane, and I was talking with the woman next to me. The woman next to me is from Kenya, and she is part of a group of women that take knitting very seriously. She was knitting the whole time that I was on the plane with her, and every now and then she would like turn her body away and she would start crying, and I was like, I don't know you, so I don't know what to do, but she was just furiously knitting and crying. I was like, you poor thing. And at the end of the flight, oddly enough, like the very end of the flight was when she asked if I would take a picture of her knitting on the plane. And I was like, of course. So I took a picture, and then we wound up talking. And she was like the sweetest woman in the world. And she explained that like she's on the way to Kenya to visit her family because her sister just died. And I was like, oh, you poor thing. And she was like, yeah, but my family believes very strongly that we celebrate life, so we're going to go there, we're going to celebrate her life, and I'll miss her, and I'm very sad, but I was like, oh, she was very inspirational to me, which is why I'm telling you all of this. I was just like, oh, you're wonderful. And she told me all about knitting. She was like, knitting is the best thing in the world. And she was telling me how, like, her house is filled with yarn. I was like, that's going to be my future. Not yarn specifically, but just craft supplies. She was like, my house is filled. And my partner just wants to leave. Like, he's threatened to leave so many times. So I was like, oh no. But yeah. So we were talking for a while, and I was telling her that I was from Oregon. And there was a girl next to me, and she was like, did you say that you're going to Ghent? I was like, yeah. And she's like, and you're from Oregon? I was like, yeah. She was like, that is very weird, because I'm from Ghent, but I now live in Oregon. I was like, really? And she was like, yeah. And she's like, if I find you on Facebook or something, maybe we could like grab a drink. And I was like, yeah, that would be fun. It was like the weirdest thing. I was like, what? But, yeah. So, just everybody that I met on the plane was like in the last couple minutes of being on the plane. We were literally touched down when I had all these conversations with everybody. And I was like, the rest of the time, it was just me watching movies. I watched Monsters University. I watched, what else did I watch? Monsters University, The Heat. I actually thought The Heat was pretty funny. Not gonna lie. Monsters University was adorable. And then I watched Shark Tank for the first time. That show was silly, but like kind of interesting. and Chopped, of course. You've always got to watch Chopped if Chopped is an option. But yeah, so I'm now here, and my room is beautiful, and Ghent is beautiful, and I'm just so happy. The air is so brisk, and apparently it snowed yesterday. I was like, please, just give me snow. I live somewhere where it does not snow anymore, and even when I was a kid, I lived in the valley, so it never snowed there. Just want snow. Just want snow so bad. I did not pack for snow. Don't care. I want it anyway. So, yeah, so that's what I've been up to. I'm gonna try, once I have my power adapter so that I can actually charge my things. I'm gonna try, sorry, I'm just reveling in it. What was I saying? No! Oh, I'm gonna try to put up like little Instagram videos and stuff too, just in case there's ever like a problem with internet and I can't get a full video up. I'm gonna be trying to utilize the fact that Instagram has video now and take a bunch of pictures, take a bunch of videos, and then possibly pull all of those and put them into their own video as well when I get home. So we can have like little mini coffee times, and Jesse will look depressed and angry in all of them, and I can't wait. We're also talking about doing a meetup on Saturday, but we don't know any details yet. We were trying to figure that out with them, talk about like our schedule and everything, and we don't know where it's going to be. We don't know what time it'll happen, but if you were one of the people that was like, please let us know what day it's going to happen ahead of time, it'll be Saturday. That's the day that we have free. So, yeah. I'm going to see if Jesse's awake, because now I'm hungry again. And I hope that you guys had an amazing day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow, hopefully. Okay, bye-bye.